In this video, we're going to answer a question of one of the viewers, which is how to rotate the label text in a donut chart slice vertically in chart.js. So this is a question that was on YouTube. However, I couldn't find the comment from him at the time. However, I was able to find a link that he posted along with it that was on there, which was on Stack Overflow. Basically, this is the question: how to rotate the label text in donut chart slice vertically in chart.js. So basically what he wanted was the following, and this is a special thank you to Ammad Khan, who asked the question. And this is what he has. So basically he has this text here, but what he wants to do is, so I'm trying to rotate the label text vertically in the direction of the inner circle. So if you look at what he really wants to do here, this is basically what he wants to do. So it will be depending on the position of the segment here, where it points up, it will rotate it. And he wants to achieve like this, but so far, if you read here, so far no luck at all. Can anyone suggest how it could be achieved? I am using the chart.js plugin labels to show labels in the slice. And specifically here, probably he's referring to the data labels plugin. So if you have the data labels plugin and you already have it activated, you're very close to it. So let's start and explore with it, because it is, we have it basically in two ways. And right now I'm going to show you the easy way to do it. And I will give you the formula, or at least the way how you have to think about it, because there's a way to soft code it, but you need to create a calculation or a formula around that. I will give you some of the clues that you can consider, because I've tried working on it, but it takes some time. But I thought, all right, I'll just leave it for now. I'll give you the clues so you can continue on with that. All right. First thing first is let's start to hard code this rotation similar to this here, as you can see here. So the text will start to point nicely here. All right. To do this, this is our chart here. So we have here 3 layers, which is exactly similar to his example here. So you have 3 layers in the chart, in the donut chart. And what we're going to do is we're going to solve all of these here. So to do this, we go here to our chartjs-plugin-datalabels, version 2. Make sure version 2, why? It supports chart.js version 3. That's the reason why. Click here on Get Started. And once we are in here, we go here basically to the options. And in the options, we have to adjust it directly in here, but what options we need is the following. Let's search here for, which is the rotation. There we are. So this is very important. So rotation is needed, but what you need to know about this is basically this here above. These 2 words are very important to know. Scriptable and indexable. Well, if it's scriptable, it means you can use a script to calculate that. So that will be very useful for you. And indexable means that we can use an array value in here. So both of these you will be needing if you're going to soft code it. I will only show you the hard coded way with some ways to think about for how you would do it in soft coding it. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. For now, let's do the hard coded version here. So here this is the rotation. So I'm going to get this and I'm going to put it specifically in here in the data set here. So once I do this, so we have the data set here. So everything between here, then we say here data labels to indicate that we want to activate the data labels plugin specifically in this data set here. And then we say here rotation, very straightforward. But here, because this is indexable, we can use an array. So please pay attention here. We have 3 datas here. So this would mean that we have to put in 3 datas here. So let's put in some samples. So I'll put in here 90. Well, this one probably will need far more than 90, but I'll just put in 90 for now. And then we have another 90, well, or 200, and then another one is 360. Well, 360 is thing, so we do 120. That'll be fine. Save this, go back here and refresh. So now, as you can see, we are now rotating it. And it starts to rotate depending on the position it is, and it's a relative. Alright, so this is very important. To understand your starting point, this is why I have all of these here with the 30s, because this will be your easiest way to calculate. And from there on, you can easily work around it here. However, your starting point here, if you would be, this would be 90 degrees. Remember, if we are here, this is horizontal, 90 degrees, would convert this into clockwise, making it vertical. So meaning from top to bottom, and that's what we're going to work with. So 90 here, and then here, this is 360 degrees in total. However, this here should be a percentage of whatever it is. So these are all slices. To make it easy, we have these 30s, and I'm going to show you the 30s first because it's the easiest one to do. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to the second data set here. I'm going to show you exactly the same. And then in here, we'll put a comma and paste this in here. So these are all just 30, 30, 30, all consistent. So 90 is the starting point, but then what we need to do is following. We have 90 is starting point, and then we have 30. So 90 plus 30 equals 120. Alright, however, we don't want 120 because 120 would be at the end here. We need to be in the center of here. So 30 divided by 2 equals 15. Alright, so 90, or well, basically this is the formula. So I'm going to write down here the formula so you can figure it out. This is the starting point. This is your base. This is the base. And then you have here whatever the segment is. So 30. If this is a 30, we need to know how much we'd be dividing by 2. So divide by 2 equals 15. So the rotation should be 90 plus 15. Alright? So once we have this would mean equals 105. So once we have that one, I'm going down here, which should be, oh sorry, that's this one, yes. So this one would be 105. The next one is 30 again. So basically, we have to do now is 90 plus 30 plus 30. However, in this 30, we need to divide it as well by 2 to get the center. Remember that. We only have to divide this 30, not this one. Why? We're going to pass on. We say this is the starting point and this is the ending point, and the center of this is what we need. So here, this is quite easy to calculate eventually because this would be, well, simply this. It will be 90 plus 30 plus 15 equals 100, what is that, 135. Basically, plus 30 in here. So 135. And since these are all 30s, we can keep on increasing by 30 consistently. So this will be 165, comma, it will be 195, comma, this will be 225, comma, oh, then we have the next one is 255, 285. As you can see, oh, we're adding here consistently 30 because it's always 30, because here we have already the starting point. Let's see how many we have here. This is already 6. So here 30 or 315, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's correct. And then we have 345. And then we have, remember, we have 360 is the maximum here. 360 is maximum, so this will be number 15. So we start again from 0, and then we calculate again. How many things we have here now? 3, 3, 3. All right, we are almost there. 45, and finally here will be 75. So well, if I save this now, our rotation for the 30s should be perfect. As you can see, there we are. So now it starts to rotate exactly as we want. So now we can do the outer layer or the outer donut ring. So let's do that one. So probably you already know, you figure out if it's 90, the starting point plus 300, and the 300 divided by 2 is 150. So 90 plus 150 equals, well, let's check here. My calculation is not that fast. 90 plus 150 would be 200 and am I correct? 260, sorry. 240 if I'm not sorry about that. So I will have to, my calculation is not that good. Alright, so we have that one. So 90 plus that. Then the next one would be the 50. We add here the 50 and then divide by 2, that's 265. And finally here, this will be 290 is a starting point, plus 100 divided by 2 would be 50. So 290 plus 50 will be 340. Let's save that and check if my calculation is correct. Oh, I'm absolutely out of way. What did I do here? 90 plus 130. What did I miss? Oh, plus 150. 90 plus 150. All right, sorry, it's 90. So 90 plus 150 should be, what am I missing here? 100, 240. Am I correct? No, we have to double check then. What are we missing here? Because our rotation here has been slide off. So I have to reduce this. Let's explore this. I thought I had this. Oh, of course, I figured out what's the reason. All right, I'm going to explain to you what happened here and why this is now not correct. So I'm going to redo this. We need to redo this, or basically we have to test this one. Why is it not working as expected? Is of course this altogether is not 360. Here below I put it matching 360 exactly, and this is why you need to create a formula here. What we need here, basically now, we need to have the percentage of this, because 300 here in this case, because the total value here is 450. So what we need to do here, instead of 450, we need to know here 300 or 450. So this by that 450, this would mean that this is 66%. So you need to calculate the 66% here. Yeah, so I hope you get that one. So basically here you need to have the percentage, because now you need to be relative to this. So how much is this if this would be converted into the 360 formula? Same here. So this is what you need to do. So that will be, if I'm not mistaken, this is 66%. So 66% would mean this. That would mean here perfect would be 240, if I'm correct. So that would be 240 as well. So I'm not sure if I am way off here. I'll have to double check that one, but most likely it's here somewhere that I am missing something. Oh, sorry, 240 plus 90. That's the one we need. Most likely this will be the answer. And then we should have the right answer here. If we do this, do we have to have that one? Well, let's double check here. So 240 plus 90. Well, let's make this one. Then we just calculate this, how much this would be. This would be 60, this is 350. Let's try 350 first to see if we are correct. All right, 350 is not correct. So plus 100, maybe it would be 120. I think that's the correct one. This would be 120 plus 90 is 170, and probably this is the exact formula because you have to divide it by 2. All right, so if I save this now, wait, what did I do here? 120 plus 90 is not, holy moly, sorry about that. 120 plus 90 is 210, if I'm not mistaken. There we are. All right, sorry about that. But this is the formula. I'm getting very confused here. So if we have this, same story here, with the 50 and this, so this would be the other 33%. And this 33% would mean that 11% would be the 50. So to do this, we should have here figured out if this is 11%, this means we are working with 120. All right, 120 divide by 3, then we will get 40. All right, so that's 40 divided by 2. So this should be 20 as well. All right, so this is 20. So what we're going to do here to get the full value here is basically the 220, and then we add up the 20 here. Well, am I correct? 220. That's 220. Sorry, no, it's not 220 because we divided by 2. This is 240. So basically we need to do 240. I will just show you. 240 plus 90 plus the half of this, which we calculated was 20 here. All right. I hope you are able to figure this one out or to follow along. All right. So that will be 260 plus that will be 350. So this should be 350. If I save that now. There we are. All right, that works nicely. The final one here. All right. So I would highly recommend here to make a formula so you understand exactly what you do here. So since we just figured out that 50 equals 40 or 20 specifically, so 100 would equal is the other part, which is 80, and 80 divided by 2 will be 40. All right. So what we need to do here is the following. We calculate first this one here. We did here the plus 20, so we need to calculate the full value here. So that would be 3. Let me show you what I'm talking about here because I'm afraid that it might be confusing. So that will be, we have the 350, then we do again plus 20 because why? We had the half only, so we need to have the full value, and then we get 40 here. So this would mean plus 40 as well. What would be the value here? So 360 makes 0, so then we have 10 left. That will be 50. There we are. This should be the expected value, and there we are. All right, so now we've got that one, and then eventually we can calculate this one here. This is easier to calculate again because this is a ring of 360. But I think you probably grasp the concept here. So what is it really what we need to do, or how will you calculate the formula here? Understand the base is 90. This is very important. All right, but the 90 would mean this part here. So if you have a different amount here, the 90 is basically 90 degrees. So this here is a far higher percentage in our case. So you have to calculate how many percentage is one segment. Once you get that, every 30 points, basically every 30 degrees in 360 equals 8.33%. Very important to understand this. So that would mean if you would have like this one here, 90 degrees, then of course you get 25. So 90 degrees equals 25%, which is a quarter. Makes sense. So if something I have here, for example here, if these numbers would be 1000, 250 would take only the 90 degrees angles or segment here. So this is what I'm trying to point out here. So you need to calculate to a percentage, and then you know exactly what's the degree amount. And once you know the degree, you can calculate all of these, and your base is 90. So the base is 90, so it's the degrees level plus 90, and then always divide by 2 what is the segment of it. So this is very important. I hope this is clear. If it's not clear, just let me know. However, you have to really consider how to calculate it. But this is basically how to do it. And sorry for all the miscalculations. I'm absolutely not really, I'm using too much the computer to calculate. But however, I hope this was clear in total. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoy this video, you probably will enjoy this one as well. And if you're interested in chart.js, check out in the description box the link directing to my chart.js course where you can learn everything about chart.js. And finally, of course, make sure you subscribe to my channel.